Okay, let me give you my thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine. And here's how we're going to do it. The first part of this video is going to be spoiler free. And then I will tell you, okay, we are now getting into spoilers. So if you don't want to know any spoilers and you just want to know my initial thoughts out of the theater, I'll give them to you and you could end the video there. Everybody got me? We good? Okay. So before we begin, do me a massive favor and please hit that subscribe button. We're getting so close to that 100K, and I can't thank you enough. It's a free thing that you could do to help out the channel. And also the video clips I'm going to use is basically just the teaser trailer, and I'll be playing that over and over again so it won't spoil anything for you as well. So let's get into the non-spoiler first. Fresh out of the theater. Overall, I enjoyed the film. It made me laugh, made me cry, made me kiss 2 hours goodbye. It was very enjoyable. A lot of action, a lot of comedy, but overall, I enjoyed the film. When Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool breaks the fourth wall, he takes shots at everyone, and they're glorious. Disney, Warner Brothers, 20th Century Fox, the state of Marvel movies. Like, he just doesn't stop throughout the entire film. And when he breaks that fourth wall to tell those jokes, nobody else in the movie understands what he's talking about. It's glorious. I thought the fighting scenes were incredible, especially that opening scene that you will see when they do the opening credits. I thought that was amazing. And the cameos. There was a particular cameo that I was hoping would be in this film, and that cameo was there, and they gave me everything I wanted with that cameo, and it just gave me joy to see. This is a 2000 throwback, nostalgia from like those early superhero films from like the 2000 era. So if you like that, you're going to love this movie. So there you have it. That's non-spoilers. So now we're going to spoil it. So if you don't want to know any spoilers, this is where you stop the video. Our movie begins with Deadpool looking for the body of Logan from the movie Logan. And he actually looks in the camera and says, hey, we're not going to disrespect that movie because it was so powerful. He goes, never mind. We actually are. Because he was like, there's no way Logan is dead. He is going to regenerate and he'll be alive. And we don't understand why he's looking for Wolverine until he goes back to the beginning. In the beginning, we learned that he broke up with his girlfriend, but he's still surrounded by a small group of friends that he considers family. And then the Time Variance Authority grabs him. If you don't know, these are the people from the Loki series that control all the time. They grab him and bring him back to the station. And the one guy there is like, hey, you're special. You can be a superhero. We got something special for you, but we got to take you out of your current time because that time is going to die. Why is that time going to die? Because apparently when Logan dies, it killed off the time strand to that particular time. And so that universe is going to die, and they want to take Deadpool and put him in another universe where he could thrive and be a superhero. Well, Deadpool doesn't like that, so he figures he'll just jump through different time portals and grab any Wolverine and bring him back to his time, and his universe will be saved. So there's a whole montage of him jumping through these time portals that he stole from the Time Variance Authority, and he finds all kinds of Wolverines. They're hilarious. Like, most of them are there just in it for like 10 seconds, but they're hilarious. And yes, Henry Cavill is a variant of Wolverine. You have Patch, you have a midget Wolverine, which is freaking funny. And then we come across the one Wolverine that let everybody down, that cost all his friends, to die. And he's just a sad, version of himself. And Deadpool convinces him to come back. Basically, he just drags him back to this time period and says, look, I got Wolverine. And now my time period could be okay. Well, the people from the Time Variance was like, no, you got the worst Wolverine in all time periods, and that's not going to work. And so they zap him and put them both in this place called the Void, where I guess people go to die in time. So they get upset with each other and they just fight. And that's a pretty cool scene because neither one of them can die. They both heal and they fight for a good minute. And then all the fun shows up. This other group shows up to try to capture them. The cameos start coming in. So basically the Void is run by Professor Xavier's sister. And she is powerful beyond belief. She can do anything. She rules that place, and either two things happen. She's either going to kill you and make you food for some giant smoke demon, or you can serve her and do her bidding. And the ones that serve her are some of the old throwbacks, Pyro, Toad, and they're on the hunt for other people that are in the Void. So you've got Wolverine, Deadpool, and then all of a sudden, Chris Evans shows up and Deadpool thinks that's Captain America, and they get surrounded by all the henchmen for the sister of Professor Xavier. So Chris Evans turns out to be the Human Torch, and he dies. And actually, he doesn't die. He gets defeated, and they all get captured, and they all get taken to this giant skeleton of Ant-Man that you've seen in the teaser trailer. Well, they talk to this lady who then looks at Chris Evans, and hilariously, Deadpool's like, man, Chris Evans, this guy Torch was talking smack about you. I'm on your team. She kills the Human Torch by sucking his skin off, and like he just crumbles and dies. Well, they figured out a way to fight themselves out, and as they were leaving, they get captured by a group of while they were leaving, they get into a Honda, which is weird, and Deadpool and Wolverine, like they just lose their temper and they just won't stop fighting. So they have this massive fight in a car to the point where they knock each other out, and then eventually they get captured by a set of superheroes that have been living underground in the Void. Those superheroes are the original Elektra. It was awesome to see her. And Gambit, he was in there. And my man, Wesley Snipes as Blade. That's right. Wesley Snipes shows up as Blade, and they're all there. And basically Deadpool's like, hey, we got to figure out how to get out of the Void. I figured out how to get out of the Void. We just got to stop. We got to stop this lady, Professor Xavier's sister. I forgot her name already. Sorry, I just got out of the theater. And we can do it. They're like, well, if we kill Juggernaut and put his helmet on her, she won't be able to use her powers, and we can win. Okay, cool. So we're going to do that. So then X-23 shows up, the girl that was in the Logan film. She's all grown up now, and they're like, all right, let's go. So they all show up, and they talk about the Punisher a lot, another one of my favorite all-time characters, but he died, but they all have all his weapons. Anyway, they bust into that giant Ant-Man, and they fight some of the other superheroes and henchmen that are there. And Blade is awesome. They all are awesome, but holy crap, watching Blade just do his thing. And he has the line of the movie, right? Deadpool's like, well, where's Punisher at? Like, wasn't there like 5 or 6 Punishers? And they're like, yeah, and so then Blade goes, yeah, but there's only one Blade, and there always will be one Blade. It was a perfect jab at Disney or the MCU that can't get the other Blade movie together. It was hilarious, and the theater laughed. And like I said, throughout this whole film, Deadpool's making fun of Disney, making fun of the MCU, saying, oh, the MCU's in a terrible place right now. They haven't put out good movies, like stuff like that. That was really fun. He even makes fun of time travel and the variance authorities, like, it's overdone. It's bad for movies. We shouldn't have it in here. It's a constant thing. So anyway, they killed Juggernaut. They put the helmet over this lady's head, and they figure out, like, can you open up a time portal so we can get back to our own time period? And she's like, okay. This is the fast version. So she's like, yeah, I killed a guy that had this ring. Basically, she killed Doctor Strange. She used his ring to open up a time portal. And they jump through. Not before she came through as well. So she comes through. And remember, she's super powerful. And she figures out that she's in the Time Variance Authority place, and she's able to destroy all the other time periods except for hers, and that the void that she rules over will be the only universe left, and she will rule, and she will be in charge of everything. And that was her plan. So she starts to do that. And the Time Variance Authority says, look, the only way we could stop her is if you take this cable and touch them, and it'll blow up the machine she's trying to make, and it will kill her, but you guys are going to die in the process. So there's like this emotional moment where Wolverine, who in his universe let everybody down and everybody died, and he's like, let me do it. It's going to be me. I'm going to do it. And Deadpool's like, I dragged you into this and lied to you for you to get here, so I'm going to do it. And they end up fighting. Long story short, Deadpool and Wolverine do it together. They kill the bad lady, and they both survive. And Wolverine's like, what do I do now? And he's just kind of accepted into this world. And they have a party. Now, there is a scene where all the Deadpool variants come through the time portal as well. And there's a big, and they just want to fight Deadpool and Wolverine because they think that, you know, they killed, that they need to kill them for some reason. Massive fight scene that's like full of blood, full of crazy moves, where all the Deadpools fight Wolverine and the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, and they lose. And then they all come back because they all heal. And it was Peter who shows up out of nowhere, and he's like their leader. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But that's the movie in a nutshell. So and that's where it was messy. The whole time variance thing is just, it makes the movie weird and messy that you need to have Wolverine in this time period, or else the whole universe is just going to implode, and who cares? And they're just going to move on. And jumping through different time portals. They only really use that to show the different variants and the different characters. All in all, seeing Blade, Wesley Snipes' Blade, make a jab at the MCU saying, I'm the only Blade, there is no others, and then just go total ham and fighting and all that stuff was freaking amazing to see. I really loved it. And seeing Wolverine in the yellow costume from like head to toe was freaking amazing. So I loved all that. Other than the messy film, it's a fun movie. I might go see it again. I might just go see it again. I love the crowd reaction, cheering, laughing, loud. People laughed at different things. It was a 2000 nostalgia injection right into your soul. From the music they played, like, you know, like Madonna's Like a Prayer when they went into a fight scene, things like that. And most of the cameos were from that time period. The old X-Men, Blade, Elektra, things like that. Anyway, that's it. Did you see the film? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is Jay, and we'll catch you next time.